president of the Institute for Liberty, an organization engaged in fighting against the tyrannies of government, large and small. A longtime fighter for individual rights, Andrew has worked on behalf of free markets, limited government, property rights, and most recently, small business. Yay! Andrew was one of the national sponsors of the Tax Day Tea Parties and helped organize Tea Parties in D.C. held on February 26th and April 15th. Thank you, Andrew. He was responsible for neutralizing the counter-protesters who came to disrupt the National Tax Day Tea Party in D.C. and co-authored the Tax Party Brew Kit, available at the Institute for Liberty website. Andrew has testified before Congress nearly 24 times, has spoken to audiences around the world, and is currently writing a book, The War on Small Business. Can I have a copy of that, please? Andrew Langer, please, let's give it up.
You know, one of the things you're going to have to recognize is that any sort of a grassroots event, and can you hear me in the back now? Am I leading in? I'm going to move this thing. There we go. Get in the way, get nice and close to the microphone. Anyway, one of the things you're going to have to realize about these sorts of grassroots events is that they don't go off without a hitch. And I want two things, two bits of housekeeping before I start. Michael Johns, are you here yet? No, he's not here yet. As I said, we're going to have a bunch of folks who are marching over from McPherson Square that are going to be joining us, so we will welcome them when they get here. The second thing is, my friends from Baltimore who came down on the bus, where are you guys? There you go. Thank you all very much. I know there are people who are here from all over the country. From California. There we go. See, I don't pander to the crowd much. California, Hawaii. Folks drove, they found out that this thing was happening, they drove up, they ended their vacation down on the beaches of North Carolina, they drove 7 hours to D.C., there we go. And you're here because there is no better way to celebrate the birth of this nation than to engage in lawful dissent, to engage in protest. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And that among these are life, among these, not the limit, but among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to preserve these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their powers from the consent of the governed. Do you feel like your rights, like these powers that are being expanded, are being done at your consent? No! Hell no. And that's why you're out here today, without a doubt. Now, when I took over the Institute for Liberty for the last few years, IFL had been focused on fighting on what we call the petty tyrannies of government. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to tell you. They're the little things, right? The little mandates, the things that chip away at your choices, at your freedoms, what we call the petty tyrannies of government. Well, on January 20th, ladies and gentlemen, something radically changed, didn't it? These tyrannies are petty no longer, aren't they? They've moved on. This is a wholesale abrogation of individual rights. This is an unprecedented attack on freedom in America. Something has changed. And I got to tell you, it was summed up best last week, I think, by Glenn Beck. He says that it's like a sleight of hand, on a par with anything done by David Copperfield, Houdini, Penn and Teller, any of the great magicians of our time. Though Penn will tell you it's not magic. It really is just sleight of hand. They hold something shiny out here, and they don't want you to look at what's behind their back. So what they do last week, what was the shiny object they held in front of us?
The environment.
It was an info. No, it wasn't Michael Jackson. I don't think Obama could have planned on Michael Jackson or Fred Travalena or Billy Mays or whoever. And let's give it up. Hold on for a second. Let's give it up for Billy Mays. A great patriot, great entrepreneur. You gotta love those pitch men. Anyway, the point is, they hung out in front of us an infomercial on health care. They tried to sell us on socialized health care, and I've been criticized, my friends have been criticized for calling it socialized health care. And I gotta tell you, when you try to nationalize something, when you try to socialize something, what is it called? Or national socialism, nationally socialized? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Anyway, they hang this out here, this infomercial on health care that America didn't watch. Don't you think that ABC is now regretting their decision to preempt all their rerun programming to put that junk on, right? So they hold it out here while behind their backs, Congress is about to pass at the time the largest tax increase, the largest expansion of government regulatory power in the nation's history in the form of cap and trade. They didn't think that you were going to notice that. Cap and trade, cap and tax, crop and tax, however you want to call it, they didn't think you were going to notice because of what they were hanging out in front of you. But you not only weren't buying, you weren't going to take that. And so what did you all do? You called. You showed up at congressional offices. You faxed. You emailed. You got on the web. No, you know something? That's the myth they want to tell you, that we were ignored. But we got back 40 votes that we shouldn't have had. That should have been a bloodbath. The full weight and power of the Obama administration came down on the Democratic caucus. And this isn't about Democrats and Republicans, obviously, because eight Republicans jumped ship to vote for crap and trade. But ladies and gentlemen, 40 votes.